Hey tuber fans, I'm back. I cut up the little flowers I made, the discs or the castings. So what we're going to do today, just really quickly, I'm going to shape a piece of wood here, make it flat and smooth basically, and then I'm going to take some double stick duct tape, and I'm going to attach that to the lathe with some double stick duct tape, and then we're going to turn this round. Once it's round, then it'll be much easier to turn. I'll be able to turn up the speed and everything. But I think I'm going to just flatten off the face of it, get it round, get it. But I'm going to use a couple different tools, kind of show you a few different ways in which to do that. You can use some things like my scraper got stuck. You can use a scraper, just a regular round nose scraper to do that. Then we've got carbide tools that you can use. You got a skew. You can use like a scraper on there to really get a nice flat surface. And probably use the skew to flatten up this piece that we're going to use as our glue block, or our tape block in this case. But there's different ways in which you can do that. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Show you a little bit of how I use the round nose scraper. Probably grab my larger round nose scraper, and then show you a little bit about how I use the radius, or the R2 scraper, which is not quite square, kind of got that little bit of a rounded edge there. That's the R2 scraper from Eddie Castellan. So that's what we're going to do. Round those up. So get you in position, get you started here. Now, I don't know that that's perfectly centered in there just yet. I didn't attempt to find center or anything like that. I just stuck it up on there, trying to line up this interior circle with the face of the glue block is all I'm trying to do. So there we go. Okay, now I'm going to run up the tailstock, put a little pressure on it for a minute while it kind of sets there for a second. Probably wait about 15 minutes or so. Gonna just okay. Now, we're gonna start with this, kind of show you how I use it. Get this in position. So I'm gonna have it slightly. I have it on the tool rest, pretending this is the tool rest. I'm going to have it slightly at an angle like this, so I get less of a bite on the cut. And so I'm just and I've rounded off the edges on the back side. So real light taper angle, and just real light cuts to get it round. Okay, so real light cuts. Okay, we're getting real good fine shavings. We're close to round now. Oh, guess we're not close to round. We got this edge round. Go a little bit more. We'll get there though. I want to see if I can get you up higher so you can kind of see the tool. Okay, I think you got a better view of the top side view there of what I'm doing. So you can actually see how I got it slightly at an angle here and how I'm working the tool. Bring my tool rest in a little bit. Okay, show you the radius cutter. Using it flat, I got it on round stock so I can actually tip it if I want to. So tip at a slight angle, start with the corner, and I just cut in. You can see I'm getting good, small, thin shavings on this one as well. So. Okay, so that's how I would use that one on the edge here. Good clean cuts, no tear outs. And then of course a gouge, a traditional detail gouge, going at it to bring it around as well. And again, getting some fine shavings even with the detail gouge. Not quite round yet. Okay, one of the things I like to do at this point is I like to put just a slight bevel so I can actually stick it in the chuck at this point and turn the backside down the way I want it. So I'll put a little chamfer. And we're not completely round yet, I don't think. Yeah, we're not 100% round. So I should be safe. Got just enough material there that I'm not going to cut through. So I have some of the wood left. So then I can pop the tailstock back. Take it off that glue block. We'll come back to this glue block in a minute. We're gonna put it back in here in a minute. So we'll save that. We'll come back to that. A couple different tools, how I use them, how I could use them in this setting. Gotta drop that down just a little bit. Okay, so I got the round nose scraper, just using it as a scraper, kind of clean the face up, good clean cut. Okay, we've got the scraper we can use. We'll go back to this tool if we wanted, which is our round cutter. Again, you see I got it at a slight angle, not flat to the stock, and it's actually riding just a hair high. Now we should be centered. Okay. Slight angle. And that way I get more of a shear cut rather than a flat out scrape motion. Okay. So there's a round one. And now the radius square cutter, bringing it in. I kind of like to come from the outside in with this tool. And just kind of work it like so. And clean the face off. And then, of course, using a gouge to come in and cut that off. Okay. Come in here and ride the bevel, turn it on, and cut. Okay, so now, I don't know if you can see here, but we actually broke through the epoxy, or broke the wood to the epoxy finally. Okay, and so on the back side I like to dish it out when I'm doing the back side, ever so slightly. So I know I've hit the epoxy here, so I can come in and take off probably another 1/16 of an inch or so on the face. Okay, I'm going to switch back to this one because I feel I can get a better concave feel to this. Nice clean cuts. Fairly good smooth surface. Then I go ahead and sand that. Sand it up. Starting with, in this case, I'd start probably with 200, just because I'm got this epoxy already cut up a little bit. Don't like to get the 150 onto this because it gives me it tears it a bit. So I keep it moving. And I rushed this a little bit. I didn't let this cure all the way. So you can see it's a little soft and not sanding up. It's sanding up on the edges, but it's not sanding up in the center. So I'm not going to finish this for you today like I was planning, just because it's doing that. But what I then would do, once I got to this point, I take this off,